Hey guys, it's me, Gunky, and welcome back to Ew Gross. So, I think we're just going to hop right into the battles today. Still using the same team as last time. One thing I've been kind of thinking about is just that Latias has Psychic instead of Psyshock, and I think it might be worthwhile to switch to Psyshock just because it gives a different option. Oh, we got Luca with 1435 for the physical versus special split. So Luca's bringing a Camerupt, Politoed, Nidoking, interesting. Zapdos, Cresselia, and Kangaskhan. Nidoking, huh? He's a very strange team comp. My Latias, wow, he's locked. I think Latias does pretty well here. I think I might just leave Persian Latias. No way to control the rain. But Politoed, Tapu Koko seems pretty good here. And question is, do I want Ludicolo in the back or Celesteela? I think I want Ludicolo. Alright, let's see how this plays out. I brought Ludicolo because I think he's likely to bring his camera up here, which I definitely don't want to deal with. You guys heard the plane? Alright, Luca. Oh, Kangaskhan Cresselia, not what I was expecting. Maybe a Trick Room option here. I think in that case, Kangaskhan's gonna go for Fake Out here. He probably goes into my Latias slot, and Cresselia gets like an Icy Wind off or a Trick Room or something. I think he's in that case. I think I Fake Out the Kangaskhan and get a Calm Mind up here. Because my opponent, I don't know. My opponent's likely to Fake Out my Latias, so I just gotta stop that. I don't want to get, pretty much a guaranteed Calm Mind up here. It's possible we see Trick Room out of Cresselia here. Not Icy Wind. Trick Room, yep. For setting up for his Camerupt. I think I foul play the Kangaskhan, and if he has Ice Punch here, I could take a lot of damage. Do I recover or Psychic? I'm gonna Psychic. I should probably recover here. I don't know. I don't know what the right call is. I just don't have the Protect. I mean, it's likely to come into my Latias slot. Cresselia gets the Ice Beam off. No freeze? Low kick. Into my Persian. Okay. I'm glad I did what I did. Thick Fur coming in clutch there. This should get the knockout. Yeah. That's really good. His Mega Evolution's down. So Camerupt might not even be in the back. Nope. Speak of the devil. Right? He Mega Evolved. Right? Camerupt special attack or Cresselia too. I think I Parting Shot the Camerupt and recover here. Persian avoids. It's pretty nice. That did no damage. Sunny Day. Okay. It's interesting that he has the Sunny Day option and the Polytoad. I'll get my parting shot off here. Camerupt without his Mega Evolution, not sure of the stats, but it doesn't seem like he's doing a lot. I'm gonna bring in Ludicolo here, get the fake out. Question is, who do I want the fake out on? We've seen Cresselia has Sunny Day and Trick Room. Honestly, not sure. I'll just fake out. I'll fake out the Camerupt and fire a Psychic into. I'll fire an Ice Beam into the Cresselia because Camerupt might protect here. Okay, Cresselia switching out to Zapdos. Oh, well, that's really nice. It's interesting that he brought a Zapdos with the Trick Room option. Yeah, Camerupt does protect here, which is fine because he wastes his own turn of Trick Room here, and I get an Ice Beam into the Zapdos. Wow, I almost fainted it. That's really crazy. How much damage this Mega Latias can do. So, I think I bring in Persian. Could bring in Tapu Koko, but I think I leave him in the back. I'm gonna switch in Persian here. Put some fake out pressure on, and I'm gonna Calm Mind here. We've seen that Camerupt really can't do that much, even though the sun's out, and I can. Yeah, this should still be okay. Persian can live this, hopefully. Oh, barely. Zapdos uses Roost. That's fine. I'm gonna get a boost here, and I can one-shot it now, and that means that it likely doesn't have Protect. Most Zapdoses don't run Protect, but it's still just good to know. And Dimensions return to normal here. So, obvious play is Camerupt to Protect, and Zapdos to Tailwind. So I'm going to double into the Zapdos slot here. Zapdos might switch out, yeah, to Cresselia. That's fine. If Camerupt doesn't protect, it's still not that big of a loss. Yeah, exactly. He has to play very defensive before he can set up Trick Room again, and maybe if I read a little bit more into that, I could have gotten more damage off the foul play there. Wow, that does a sizable chunk. So, I can get another parting shot off on the Camerupt here. Actually, I think it might be better to get the parting shot off on the Cresselia and Psychic the Camerupt slot. Trick Room's going to be coming out here, and I can cycle in my Ludicolo to get another fake out. Let's see how much damage this does. Wow, it just fainted it. Yeah, I don't think my opponent could do much against my team. He relied so heavily on setting up, but he didn't have the damage to follow through once his Kangaskhan fainted. And the Trick Room just does not synergize with Zapdos whatsoever, which is why I'm really surprised he brought it. He probably brought it in the back expecting me to bring the Rain, but it didn't work out for him. So I think the obvious play here is to fake out Ice Beam the Zapdos because it doesn't have Protect, just knock it out, and Cresselia is at -1. He can't do much. Yeah, Cresselia actually, let's see, oh, that does nothing. Freeze could stop me, but nope, I get it off, and after that second boost, Zapdos doesn't stand a chance. My opponent will likely forfeit here. But just in case it protects, we'll go for the Z move and Ice Beam. Yeah. Good game to my opponent. He just didn't have an answer for my lead. The Mega Latias is so strong in the lead position if they don't have a direct answer for it. Because getting that first turn to set up is so nice. It's such good defenses. Alright, so let me know what you guys think about the team. You know, if there's anything you want to see changed. I do think the Psyshock would be more ideal, like I was saying before. I have yet to bring the True Rain. Alright, we got Kimmy with a 1500 rating here. We have a Milotic, Tyranitar, Zapdos, Landorus, Cresselia, and a Steelix. Ooh, spicy. Funny enough, Rain seems pretty good against my opponent's team. He's pretty weak to it, 3 of his Pokemon. But he has a good counter lead with... It looks like he might be Trick Room as well. Have a Trick Room option at least. Setting up for Tyranitar and Steelix. And if he's expecting the Rain, that might be what he brings. If that's the case... If he were to bring Cresselia and Tyranitar, or Cresselia and Milotic, I think I lead Persian Latias, bring the Ludicolo, and the Celesteela. I think my opponent will definitely go for the Trick Room setup here, analyzing my team. It's possible that my opponent... We'll see. It's hard to know. Zapdos, Cresselia, yep. So, speed control is definitely on my opponent's mind. But this is very similar to last game. I can simply fake out the Zapdos and Calm Mind with Latias here. He has not a lot of pressure on me, and he has 2 special attackers out. And it puts me in a great spot no matter what he does. If he switches out the Zapdos with a Tyranitar, for example, trying to get the setup with the Trick Room on Cresselia, I don't mind. He withdraws Cresselia, actually, for Milotic. We have to be careful that Milotic, we can't parting shot into it. Just because it has the competitive ability more than likely. But another special attacker here. What? Leftovers, maybe? Interesting. I don't see much leftovers running around right now. I think I go for Icy Wind. I could parting shot out the Zapdos and switch into my Ludicolo. That might be the better play because he's going to set up Tailwind, so my Icy Wind is probably not going to matter. And then I can launch an Ice Beam into the Zapdos slot. Or a Psychic. Let's go with the Psychic and into the Zapdos slot in case he switches. Okay, no switches here. I'm really liking the way Persian plays on this team. Speed control is really, or being faster than my opponents rather, is really nice to get that stat minus. I don't mind not having Intimidators. And yeah, there's the Tailwind as we thought. Latias gets his Psychic off. How much can the Zapdos take? Yeah. It has Icy Wind. Okay. That I don't mind. Wow, that was a crit, yeah. Like, no damage, so. Leftovers in the Zapdos. It would surprise me if Zapdos stays in, just because there's no good options for it. But let's take a look. If I can catch someone with the Hydro Vortex. We know it's got Cresselia in the back, and then any other Pokemon that he could theoretically bring in would be weak to the Hydro Vortex. So I think it's a very safe bet for me to Hydro Vortex the Zapdos slot here, and Calm Mind up here, expecting Milotic to protect. Even if Milotic doesn't, just getting another Calm Mind. Oh, he gets the Thunderbolt off. Ludicolo doesn't mind. So this Hydro Vortex will... Oh, this is my opponent using Hydro Vortex. Interesting. That is very unusual for Milotic to have the Z move. I have not seen that yet. Into my Latias slot. If it crits, maybe it can pick up the knockout. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Yikes. That feels bad. Here's a Hydro Vortex of my own. This should knock out the Zapdos. If for some reason it doesn't, I don't mind that much. It's another turn of Tailwind gone from my opponent, and I'm not under a lot of threat. The Thunderbolt won't knock me out unless it crits. Yeah, so that took out my Zapdos there. Or his Zapdos, rather. Her, I should say. My opponent's. See if Cresselia comes back in. My opponent is very far behind the 8-ball. Landorus is his final Pokemon. So one of the nice things my team does is it avoids having an Intimidator for this Milotic that I've seen running around a lot, which seems to be a good call against the Incineroar. And with the Parting Shot, you can get a pseudo Intimidate off without needing to have Intimidate on your team. You can kind of control it a little bit better. So, you know, I'm likely outspeed the Landorus. I probably knock it out with an Ice Beam. The question is, should I recover or go for the Psychic? I think I should apply the pressure here. Even if it dies, I've got Tapu Koko in the back. U-turn. We've seen this. It does a lot of damage to my Latias. Yeah. But I don't think my Milotic can feint my Latias. The Cresselia coming back in. Is this my opponent's last turn of Tailwind? It might be. Milotic has Aqua Ring. Interesting. Very interesting set from Milotic. I have not seen these moves. Let's see how much this does. More than half. Oh, and I get a special defense drop. Oh! Inadvertently giving my opponent a special attack boost. That's very interesting. Yeah, he still has one more turn of Tailwind here. I can Giga Drain into the Milotic slot and recover here. I don't think they'll be able to feint me. Hopefully not. Maybe I should have recovered last turn. I mean, I did put this Milotic. Cresselia using Helping Hand. Oh, interesting. But if it has Ice Beam, Icy Wind only. I don't think this will feint me. Yeah, okay, I survived. Yeah, the Helping Hand Icy Wind combo is not usually what you want to be doing. Nice. And Ludicolo is going to heal a lot from that Giga Drain. Yeah. So we know Landorus is coming in. Tailwind's petered out. I've still got the speed disadvantage from the Icy Winds, so that's not really a big factor, but in case my Tapu Koko does need to come in this match. My opponent is likely Choice Band or Assault Vest on the Landorus. If he's, I mean, that U-turn, I'm not so sure how much damage it would do, but it likely does not have a second or an ability to protect. Since we've already seen the Z move on the Milotic. Cresselia gets Helping Hand off. This might faint my Latias here. But I will get an Ice Beam into my Ludicolo. Very interesting. I guess expecting me to go for something that wouldn't faint it. I am very surprised with that play. My Latias is a much bigger threat than my Ludicolo, that's for sure. So I'll bring in Persian. I can fake out the Landorus, just fake out Ice Beam it, and then deal with the Cresselia. There's no reason not to play this safe. Yeah, I'm really liking this team. It has so much synergy and it just supports the Latias so well. And we've seen it being able to survive here through 2 Turken teams, and obviously it's not using the core of like Amoonguss and Mega Gardevoir, but I think I have a pretty good matchup into that regardless. Yeah, and even through the Assault Vest there, likely Assault Vest, could be Choice Band, but there's no match. So I can just Foul Play and Ice Beam the Cresselia. My opponent might just forfeit here. Yep, exactly. Similar ending to game 2. Actually, these games have gone so quickly. There's time for a 3rd game here, I think. So we can fit another one in. Yeah, I'm really liking this team. Gotta throw out to Jamie Boyd for some of these ideas. The Mega Latias, though, kind of takes the place of his Mega Charizard X. So we've got from Japan with a 1542 rating. Oh, interesting. A Moltres, Ferrothorn, which Ferrothorn has a very good typing against my team. I do not have a fire move. It's difficult to deal with, so I assume that it'll be coming. Politoed, Swampert, Tapu Koko, and Hydreigon. So the issue is Hydreigon is very good against my Latias, and he also has a Rain mode, which is interesting that he has a Moltres on the team for his fire type. I want to see how that performs. I know that it placed somewhere. I think it was in Japan where it did well. So what do I bring here? Ferrothorn's such a pain to deal with. I think I need Celesteela to deal with it. Ludicolo seems pretty important for a third of my opponent's team. I'll probably need it. Question is, who do I lead? Maybe I lead Persian Celesteela? Tapu Koko's so strong though too. So I think I can't bring Ludicolo here. I don't think he brings Rain against me. But I do think he brings the Moltres and the Ferrothorn. We'll see how it goes. Not so sure about this matchup. But when in doubt, I'm just going to play to what I know can work here. Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn, okay. I'm not sure whose that was. Ferrothorn puts a lot of pressure on my Tapu Koko here, so I'm pretty sure I have to switch it out. So I just fake out the Tapu Koko and switch into Celesteela here. Now I'll get the defense boost from the Electric Seed here, which will be pretty nice because the Ferrothorn's likely sending a Gyro Ball or a Heavy Slam. I think it's Gyro Ball into my Celesteela slot, well, my Tapu Koko slot. You could see, yeah. Let's see what my opponent does, if he reads into this. Yeah, Gyro Ball into the Celesteela. It's not going to do much. So, one option I have here is to try to Icy Wind and make his Tapu Koko slower than mine, guaranteed. I feel like Tapu Koko will be... It's tempting for him to Thunderbolt here, just because it's likely to do a lot of damage to my Celesteela. So maybe I should Parting Shot into my Tapu Koko, or into my Latias. Running out of time here. I think I Icy Wind and go for Heavy Slam into the Tapu Koko slot. If he switches out, withdraw Ferrothorn. Interesting. Not what I expected to see here. Dazzling Gleam just stayed in and didn't use an electric type move. Faints my Persian. Definitely not what I expected, but this should faint his Tapu Koko. Right? Oh, so close. Question is, do I win the speed roll? Do I really want to gamble on that? I think I do. We take a look and see what you can switch into. He does have a Swampert in the back, and you brought the Politoed. So to me that sounds like he did bring the Rain. He definitely didn't bring Moltres if he brought Politoed. And he probably has the Hydreigon in the back. Oh no, he only can have one more. Weird. He probably has a Swampert then. So I think Dazzling Gleam is the right move here, or actually Volt Switch out on the Politoed and just Heavy Slam into the Tapu Koko slot. He might protect here, but okay, Tapu Koko does come out and it's likely Swampert. Yep. That's good. I'll get a Volt Switch off here. Politoed protected. Okay. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. But I do get a Heavy Slam off. My Volt Switch won't be faster than the Swift Swim on the Swampert, so I have to manually switch out. And I should have seen that coming. Yeah, Latias has Levitate, which is pretty nice, honestly. I'm going to set up a Leech Seed here, I think, onto the Swampert. Swampert will likely go for a ground move here onto my Tapu Koko. It would be wonderful if he Earthquaked here. If this Politoed reads this, okay, Politoed switches out, and he's going to go into Ferrothorn. Okay. Let's hope that the Earthquakes protect. Okay. Well played from my opponent here. It's really my only option there in terms of... I don't think he has a move that can deal enough. I can get a Calm Mind off here, and still I'm going to Leech Seed this Swampert spot. I should be able to survive. I mean, they're both physical attackers, and Latias' special defense is much higher than the physical, and the Calm Mind is basically only setting up that. Oh, an Ice Punch. Did not expect that. That's going to cost me. Yikes. Wow. Well played by my opponent. I'm going to have to switch out here, I think. My opponent's definitely got me on the ropes. I did not expect that Ice Punch. That is the only thing I wasn't expecting. Leech Seed onto my Celesteela. So if my opponent calls this correctly onto switching out in Tapu Koko here, I have to feint. Yeah, that did like 100 damage to me. I have to feint the Swampert here. And I just don't have Protect on either of my Pokemon here. It's a really difficult situation. I just have to go for this. It's unfortunate that he has Ice Punch. I guess I don't know Swampert's move pool or move set normally. Yeah, goes for an Ice Punch. Very low risk play there. Luckily, he can't 2KO me with that. That does good damage. I'll feint if he goes again. Ferrothorn seeding my Pokemon. So the rain's over, but he can easily bring Politoed in to keep the speed tier high, which is likely what he'll do. Which, I don't think that Leech Seed will feint the Swampert. See, the call now is, do I Volt Switch expecting the Politoed? And I think I do. In fact, I think I can double up into this slot. Yeah, I will. Because my Leech Seed should kill the Swampert here. Withdrawing Swampert. Very interesting here. Trying to preserve himself. My opponent clearly knows how to better cycle his Pokemon. He read into my plans here. So the only nice thing about this, I'm going to take some Iron Barbs damage. The only nice thing about this is I get a chance to, let's see, into my Latias slot. Wow, crit. Oh, my opponent got really lucky. I would have been able to recover after that. Well, that ends my plans here. I think the only reason my opponent did it like that is because he didn't realize that he maintained the speed tier with Swampert, to be honest. So, the question is, once again, what does my opponent bring out? I think Dazzling Gleam is the right call here. And Leech Seed into the Politoed slot, because if the Politoed protects, okay. Dazzling Gleam here, and the Gyro Ball. Yeah, my opponent played that perfectly. Really good threat analysis, and unpredictable. Oh, Leech Seed into the Politoed. Oh, that was my Leech Seed, yes. Can I survive? No. Yeah, well played to my opponent. Not much I can do. I think the only way that I can actually survive is the Leech Seed, and the Ferrothorn just has me. So, I mean, this might be just prolonging it, but I should Leech Seed into the Politoed slot. Scald on my Celesteela in the rain. I still survive, but I won't get the Leech Seed off in time if my opponent goes for Gyro Ball here, which he should have. Wow, yeah, the Ferrothorn really just killing all my Pokemon, basically. But yeah, very well played to my opponent. I think he was very unpredictable in the way he switched his Pokemon out. So, 4-0'd me, in fact, yeah. That crit really mattered, though. I would have been able to start setting up. But, you know, that's what happens in Pokemon sometimes. So, alright, thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I guess we're climbing back up the ladder. What is our rating? I forget. It was something... Hopefully we're back up around 1500s again. So, you know, we'll definitely keep on climbing here, see how this team does the rest of the week. I'm happy with the 2 for 3, and overall we're 4 and 5 with the team, so it's working out in our favor. It does look like the grass steel typing is a big boon for our opponents, but a big negative for us. We really don't have an answer for it, and maybe when we get to the team revision we can talk a little bit more about that. But anyways, I'll check back in tomorrow for the next video. Until then, see you later.